I say what most people wouldn't realize a lot of the time is that Nixon and JFK and even John McCain, they were trying to take down Germany. They were trying to take down America. Because what is America? America is LS, Lucifer Star's country. America is my country. I invented the word America. So America is not Nixon, JFK, they did not come up with the word America. So, like I say, Nixon, JFK, Jimmy Carter, you could actually consider them enemies of America because they did not invent the word America. It's like it's like it's like your Samson government, and someone else has invented this word America and has put up a company right across the way that says America. So what are you going to do? You're going to get a job on the ground floor and you're going to work your way up until you're manager of that company, and then you're going to dismantle it. Because you didn't come up with the word America. You came up with the word Samson. So you don't want America to be around. So JFK, Jimmy Carter, all of them, they didn't come up with the word America. They had no idea who led America. They had no idea what America was, really, other than a name. So just like Germany, they had no idea what or who Germany was, more than that somebody owned Germany and was leading Germany. But who? Like I say, you have to understand, imagine yourself, you've been born into this world, and you see and you hear about the American government, and you hear about Germany, the German government, or you hear about the French government, but you know nothing about France or the French government or even America. What country do you live in? The United States of America. So therefore, but who is the leader of America? Who came up with the laws of America? Who came up with the rules? Who pays the cops? What do all these things around you mean? You may wonder. I say, Lucifer, star, me. I came up with the word America. Just said, and America, the last two letters of America are CA, which mean California, denoting my location. Anyway, so most people would know that the leader of America would probably be in California. So anyway, at least that's the way I figured it when I came up with the word. I was like I said, I had to buy America 4 times. I've literally paid cash or gold for America 4 different times. Like, imagine you have to buy a car 4 times. But it's kind of okay because I invented everything, so I owned everything. So it's like, I'm rich. I can afford it. So, I mean, I invented the jets. I invented the jet engines. I invented the steam engines. I invented a lot of things. The Gatling, not so much. That was some other engineers. Like I say, I didn't have to invent everything. I just invented a lot of things. A lot of the very best things, like the shape of the wing, the folding wings. Like who invented the folding wings of the Tomcat? Who wanted that done? LS. Alas, I became a Brian. I like to do little jokes a lot. I mean, I like to do the fun jokes. The things that make you smile and be like, oh, okay. Anyway, though, so basically, Nixon, John McCain, Jimmy Carter, and all of them, they were basically my enemy. They just wanted to get as much money as they could and mess it up as much as they could. They technically couldn't be president or leader of America as long as I was alive, which would mean that they would have to kill me or find me and kill me. But who was I exactly? I had changed my name from Lucifer to Brian on a whim. I was like, I think I want to be Brian now. For some strange reason, I was just like, I want to be Brian. So I changed my name to Brian. I mean, I'm still an inventor, and everyone still knew who I was. All my people knew who I was, of course, because they've been following me all this time. But John McCain, Richard Nixon, all of them, they're not my people. So, so anyway, so during Vietnam and all these other times when my American troops were up on the hills and around places, and when my Chinese star people were in the bush running around doing stuff. Like I said, I paid money for. I didn't fight and overthrow any government in China. I basically said, how much for your what's it called? And we accept. I gave them steam trains. I gave them all this stuff. Like I said, most of those steam trains already had the stars on them. You know, because I built all my stuff with curly wheels and stars, and you know, people just kind of grew up around my stuff, really. And I paid cash for, or gold, or metal for all this stuff. Like I sent lumber. People were like, well, you're building the town, so you own it. Like, well, yeah, I guess. Anyway, so, you know what I mean? And people owed me money, so they're like, well, I'll give you my daughter, or my daughter will do whatever you want her to do. And it's like, go to school? I mean, mostly that's what I needed. I have 7 billion people, so, you know, I need laws and rules and orderly and all this and that. And other than that, you know, it's basically, you know, you get a job, you make money, you spend money, and you live a good life. You know, being in my care on one of my planets was actually one of those things where everybody wanted to be on one of my planets. And there's 400 others out there, so, you know, it's a big group. You know, and 800 galaxies about. So, room to grow. Anyway, that's what I was. That's what I am. So, and like I said, all 12 of my races have time travel. So, they're zipping around out there, I guess, somewhere. And spaceships. They all have spaceships. They're all very advanced. Earth and humanity is like my young race. You're like my babies. My babies. You're the young ones, basically. Anyway, that's the way it is. Anyway, and I wanted video games and flight simulators and computers and fast cars and fast trains and happy, warm families and little girls getting bedtime stories at night. I wanted pool parties and foam parties and, you know, all those fun things that everyone wants to have, and Christmas Day presents. Like I wanted my life forms to feel happy and loved. I didn't want them to be around bombs falling and exploding. I didn't want them to be out in the cold weather. We had to build though, and there's lots of trains and lots of other stuff to do, but you know, I mean, everybody wanted into one of my cities. Like I say, I had Berlin, I had Germany, I have cities in Russia. I have cities in Italy. You know, we invented champagne. Everybody wanted champagne. It was like back ordered for 3 years. Like when champagne came out, when I developed champagne and we first put it on the market, like within days it was back ordered for 3 days, and people were willing to pay like 3 times whatever it cost just to get it. So I was like, cool. Because it was new. It was different. No one had ever had champagne before. And it was first in Italy. First time champagne ever was tasted or tried was in Italy. So, and like I say, as soon as we had it, as soon as I offered it in Italy, people were like, we want it. How much for it? And I was like, I don't really have that. It was a test. We were just testing it. I didn't think you would like it. Like, I'm serious. I was like, I didn't really think you would like it. But okay, well, all right, we'll make more. And so we had to build this whole huge facility for champagne that was like dedicated to champagne. Whole factory. We had the orders, so I mean, when something is new, usually people love it and want it. So anyway, and I developed a lot of the first newest things. So anyway, it's just bubbly alcohol water. I mean, it's like, okay, I don't know what's so special about it, but all right. But it was different, so people liked it. Anyway, so it got back ordered. I mean, the whole world basically wanted something, wanted to try it. So anyway, but we only had enough for like 100 people or 1,000 people or something like that. I didn't make that much. Like, it was just a test. and we immediately took orders that backlogged us like 3 years or something like that, even with a factory.